Was it the laws that our forefathers came up with? So what are we doing? We have been enslaved. The chain might have coming off, but what is our mind still? We're still mentally enslaved.
Right.
We're still following this man.
Right.
That's why I can say a whole plethora of things that's we all have a common with with this man right here. Because what? The chains are off, but your mind is still on this man. All the minorities. When all those people come together, are we really the minorities?
Straight out.
Are we the what? We're the majority.
That's right.
They know that. They know that, and they're going to see it one day or another when we come together. We're coming together now. But right now, I need y'all to hear this Bible. So, Ecclesiastes 7:7 about that pacifier that y'all didn't know y'all are on. Because the thing is, you know what I'm saying, you guys getting ready to do your whole life ahead of you. You know what I'm saying? Right now, today, think about Neo, right? What did Morpheus present him? Y'all heard the Matrix movie?
Yeah.
What did Morpheus present to Neo? To
Straight
what?
Out.
Red and blue pills. Two different pathways, right? What's your name, my brother? Cameron? Kevin. Cameron and Kevin. Y'all know today, y'all been presenting, you guys are being presented with two different pathways. There's a life of Cameron and Kevin where you just continue loving after the ways of this world, the sports, the women, try to smash as much as you can, get high as you can, get drunk as you can, turn up, I understand, you know what I'm saying, but there's a lot of our brothers who look like us, that's their path.
Right.
Smoke as much as they can, try to get, you know what I'm saying? And there's another life, there's another door that leads you back to your God, which is going to give you that everlasting life.
That's right.
When there's going to be a day when you're not waking up and you sore. I don't know how old you are. I'm at the point where I'm starting to feel a little sore. It's crazy. When the old officer, he was telling me, hey, you get to a certain age, you start, I'm like, nah. As soon as I hit 30, I know what he's talking about. I'm like, dang, that's crazy. But going back to what I was showing you, my brothers, there's a way, there's a path you got to take that's choosing life. Let me show y'all to read this.
Ecclesiastes chapter 7, verse 7. Surely oppression.
Are we oppressed, family? Aren't we the poor of the world? We're oppressed. Does the money that we use and deal with one another, is it our forefathers' faces on it? Do the laws that that were given to us in this land, was it the laws that our forefathers came up with? So what are we doing? We have been enslaved. The chain might have coming off, but what is our mind still? We're still mentally enslaved.
Right.
We're still following this man.
Right.
That's why I can say a whole plethora of things that's we all have a common with this man right here. Because what? The chains are off, but your mind is still on this man.
Bring it up.
That's why I said we've been pacified. But now you seen the brothers, wait, hold on. You gotta take this out, man. Take out that pacifier. Because what? Oppression. Who is oppressed on this planet? Because there's a certain group of people who have bases everywhere. They live in the best parts of the world. They can do kind of anything they want to. And then there's another group of people who are working the entry-level jobs, who are working their hardest to try to make ends meet, check to check. They miss one or two checks, you homeless. There's a certain group of people who will have to live like that day in and day out. God calls those people the Israelites. The so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, we are the Israelites of the Bible.
That's right.
We're the true biblical descendants of God's chosen people. I'm gonna show you what that really means. It's not just entitled brothers, right? But let me show you about what your mind's supposed to be on. We are oppressed people. Read it again.
Surely oppression maketh a wise man mad.
Now, I got a question. God says oppression. Looking at the state of your people, how we're on the bottom, like damn, how come? I remember one time I was overseas. I used to be in the military. I'm looking on Facebook. It was a time where all those police shootings were at an all-time high. Y'all know what I'm talking about? All them killings, they're just shooting it. Bah, bah, bah. I'm just like, why are they going after us like this? I'm saying like, yo, this can't be true. Do they really hate us? But God's saying oppression will make a wise man mad.
Right.
But it's not telling you to get mad to pick up arms, to pick up physical weapons. No, this is not what this is about, brothers. We're gonna finish that off and get me Ecclesiastes. 2 Corinthians. This is supposed to be a wake-up call. Like, hold on. God's saying you're gonna be oppressed in these last days. For you to get up out of this oppression, you gotta follow my ways. This is the only way to get back on top, brothers. Because if you didn't know, we used to rule this world.
Wow, that's definitely.
Like really rule this world, this entire world. Where is that history being taught at? Only in here.
That's right. Bring it up.
Exactly. The reason why you cannot see it, because you will have a Christian, a super full-blown Christian, you know what I'm saying, coming straight from white Jesus and be like, oh, I read that Bible back and forth. He would sit here and say that, but the scriptures we're bringing out, he's like, oh, I never seen those before. It's because you're reading it with your eyes closed. I think like he told Neo, Neo's like, oh, my eyes hurting because you never used them. You never really looked at this Bible and said, I'm reading about my forefathers. I'm not reading just about some stories that are happening. I'm reading about my forefather, King David.
Right.
I'm reading about my forefather, King Solomon.
Right.
I'm reading about Christ, my great-great-grandfather. That's how we got to read this book, because we are the people.
Right.
This Bible was never meant for everybody.
Bring it up.
Our forefathers wrote this book, inspired by God. It wasn't a bunch of nationalities coming together, oh, let me get a piece of your Bible. No, this is one people's book. But the thing is, they knew that. They destroyed us, took us away. We got to call them different names. Don't let them read that Bible. Make sure they don't read and write for 400 years.
Right.
Give them a religion. Don't allow them to read, because once they start reading this book for real, then you'll start seeing what? They start coming together. They'll see how they're oppressed. They see how they used to rule the world. But that's what Christ is waiting on the right-hand side of God for. He's like, I'm waiting for my people to get together.
That's right.
He said, all right, y'all want to still act like niggas? Y'all still want to act like coons? All right, I'm going to sit right here until y'all get it together and you see the oppression and then you change. Read that.
Surely oppression make a wise man mad, and they destroy the heart.
That's what they did. They gave you a gift. They gave you days off. They gave you a food stamps card. They give you subsidized housing. They give you all those types of things. That's the gift that destroys you. Because what? You feel the oppression, but then you're comfortable. Oh, I can strive to get that six-figure job because I can be comfortable. That's the gift that destroys your heart. When in actuality, my brothers, this grass, this earth, everything in this galaxy and universe was only created for us.
That's right.
As long as we're still here on this planet, God's like, all right, I'm gonna keep everything here, because what? If we're not here on this planet, the Israelites are no longer here, nothing's gonna be here no more. God's like, there's no reason to have these other races here. Leviticus 25 and verse 35. Let me show you something, because you may think, okay, so if we're God's chosen people, what about the other people? Let me show you something, right? Remember, we're a righteous people. We live through wisdom and actual. We're not the same way. This right here, this is slavery. This is real rigorous slavery, right? This is not right. This is not right. You know what I'm saying? There's a way to properly employ people. Like today, they're not doing this to us today. It'll be a little different story, but not necessarily. If God wanted to do it, for them to do this again, He can have them do it again, and we'll be back in the same situation.
Leviticus chapter 25, verse 44. Both thy bondmen and thy bondmaids, which thou shalt have, shall be of the heathen that are wild about you.
So God says the people who are supposed to be subject to us are the heathen. What's a heathen? Not our nation. So-called Chinese, they're heathens. They're called Moab in the Bible. Japanese is called Ammon. White folks is called Edom, Esau. All the heathen, they are meant to serve us.
Right.
But who is serving them today? So now what? What's flipped upside down? This world right now is flipped upside down. You have the kings and princes on the bottom of society serving heathens, serving the other nations. God says if we get our act together, He's going to flip it right side up. That's our kingship. We used to be rulers, and then we lost it.
Right.
Why did we lose it, brothers? That's a good question. Because they're not going to teach you. You think He is going to tell you how to get your kingdom back?
Bring it out.
Yes. And then He happily took it. We got to get it back. How are we going to do that, my brother? Is it?
You need everyone.
Yes. That's true. Oppression makes a wise man mad, right? You got to understand that. But you don't get mad to do nothing crazy.
Right.
You get mad and organize. You come together. Y'all actually make things happen lawfully. We're not here to do nothing crazy or dangerous. No, we're doing what God told us to do. Right here, showing y'all Father's words, this is what we're supposed to do. Come together, talk about, you know what I'm saying, be around your brother and building up. This is what we're supposed to do. This is what we're supposed to do, brothers. There's a whole nother life outside of what this world has taught you to do that you're supposed to be doing. They don't want you to follow the brothers that's doing it right. They want you to look at us like we're crazy. Like, no, my brothers, what I'm showing you right now is a spiritual movement, and God is making it obvious. He's not going to make it obvious the way you're supposed to go. He's going to write it plainly, but it's going to be up to you. Like, okay, the world says this is okay, but what these brothers doing right here, coming out these scriptures, that's something totally different.
Right.
I haven't found one error in what this Bible's saying. We got to go with what? Thus saith the Lord. All right, you got what I want? Zephaniah 2:1. What I have you holding? No, go back to Zephaniah 2:1. No, actually, now let's get to why we lost our kingdom. Because that's important. We were ruling the entire world from sea to sea. That was us. Everywhere we stepped, they're like, oh, there's the king's people, right? What happened to us? Oh, no, Deuteronomy 28. You gotta get that. Deuteronomy 28. So the reason why, so start at Deuteronomy 7:6. Read this.
Deuteronomy chapter 7, verse 6. For thou art a holy people unto the Lord thy God.
Holy separate. All right, so think about this, right? If holy is separate, not, you know what I'm saying, and then there's common and ordinary. So there's holy, and then there's common and ordinary, you know what I'm saying? So God's saying to us, the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, we are a holy people. What is he saying?
Chosen people.
Chosen, but we're special. We're not common, we're not ordinary.
What is a nation? Nation is men leading by example. Nation is family. Nation is community. Nation is children with role models. Nation is unity. Nation is you.
And finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord. His word